So my first question is, in Tibetan tradition, especially Mahayana tradition, we talk about motivation and as a key practice. So I was wondering whether Kambu Rinpoche can talk about the motivation. So because of motivation, there's no really contradictory between the Dharma practice and the world life, and this life and next life, and helping others and benefits yourself. So I wanted Kambu Rinpoche explain about the benefits, motivation, and how to practice Mahayana motivation, make it the Dharma and the spiritual life and the world life is not contradictory. My first question. The second question is, so from outside, we've been heard as it seems Tibetan situation based on languages decline, and the cities are changing. I mean, people move to city, and young people don't speak no longer the Tibetans. So I'm wondering how hopeful Kambu Rinpoche think the Tibetan Buddhist culture and Tibetan culture in general can be preserved in the future.
The Shirna Sambar Zongo Tani Chirezena Tani Gypsum Zonkawa Chimbo Sadang Sambar Zona Sadang Lamian Sambangana Sadang Lamian Toksong. Tani Renzin Jimmy Lambe the Gerdu Zugnin Chechong Jimenru. So that if Sambala, the Gavatan de Hashi Yoda, Shatso Zagninger Gismanro, the Sambala related song. That day in that Sambata Muniga to the Garchever. That Sambado Zons Yonaga sent the Shima Tamchet of Deski Yona, Deski Sama Woner is a Tavi Katsun Chayon Mare. Diana Samba Zon to the Send the Lion, Devi Juzkirion, Yoso. Then Samba Zon to the Shimalayan that you saw Kirion Rezigo, that desert of water. Then now Samba Zon Tindras you did that sin digger, the Shavats of Tamchet and Garjon and Garjon Marezena, near San of Tanataga, where now Nimjung of Samba Yan Tabazi Yoni in Na, the Tsin Dugga, Ranga Tariga, that Surdam Tamba, Chudam Tambago Shav Jabno Tela. Gardi Maresamga. When Matsu Lorgiga Tana in Zamon on a Shirchi Hajan Chewaga, the Tanzanga Chivamo Shanyon. The Vision Donna Togata Huerna Tariga Kebayamo Shanyon. Retan Kotsu Tariga, Sambar number Taba Tir Tokane, the name Marilla Shiji and Yachimbo Jon, Kuransu, Rangatoyan Tariga, and Jayon. The Lorgita, son of Tangerona. So, Wokanjana Hajan, Mambos, Chembi Tenjanganana, Yore. Raptor Chung Tenjanganana, Yokyonji. The Inichona, the Gariga Samnina, Chudan, Jictenigan Garkas, the Chudan Jictenigan Gardion, the San Tombozga, where now Gypsum Malare Partavagan, San Tombozgan, and Jicten Tamsu Japtogona, and Jingarneri. They choose all Maudana, then in Jicten Dorsonre. Retan Shirtung Chubar number Tabazi, the Gayan Taba Dresoni, Teni Tariga, Jictin the Tang, the Japton Durgovi, Nibayan Mare, Dansayan, the Zamolanga Chubatana, Zamolanga, Tenita, Lama, Chachuja Mombozakanina, Tsin Dela, that is Samala, that is Chuga Lampton, she Cheriongan, Tsindoshinical, Pamba Drukuno, Puson, Namtaratena, Goja, that demonstrates re. Teni Chutra Nipadina. 다 마오아나 지금 수다리가 같이 이게 더 수다리 간자 저네인다 더 하장 꼭가 모래 가서대로 잠불은 그 같다 이게 그 gen식은 더 소이네나 하장 다리가 더니 지금 년키랑 전장즈 그 손제 그러나 다 연지 같다바다나 리자나 그 같다는 전정나 다 당상 다리가 하쇼다 너쇼거네나 더 사차강다 강나 하장 차르제 침보래 더 마연 바가네나 더니 Natsu Wik work Sushi Sazakanena, Zamolanga Chiskatana, Ike, Tanimu Monzana, Tene, Lore, Shindana, Tela Tariga, Tanyangut, Cherikbas the Tariga, Joyonere, then the Mao Nerkan, the Gandan Yernin, the Natsuyana Zirgona Hajar Kamore. Colonel Stariana, the Natsu Dirim di Muzgi in Nezonte, Natsu Skandana, Yikin the Sutata, Zona Hajanchimbo, sheer go sanga. The Murrejs in the Raoneo, that it Lingan Opazere, then a Shanayon in Andragon, Nanayon in Andrag, then a 삽쇼 강나 요네나 되네 랑랑 소수 다리가 싫나 자모는 그 가르 참치다 신나 하자 여보래 막독자면 안르서 인자나 되네 지 수소식 용됐더니 다 고모 포포너즈렌로 되네 가르 탐치다 시기다 가르치 디 난게요 다 당상 랑거 가지 랑거 이게지 뭐요래 가서 오네 콩나바 더 몽보즈 그 가서 포크까까 되네 가체셔용데 나 할레치 그 셈나 여라침보 가서 코나즈지메 롭자침보 강다 강소나 콩나바 너쇼고 만남 것더니 마수 워이거다는 워이 하정 다른 개발지로 지는 오늘 지금 딱 상록던 것에서 그랬어. 마수 보바가 뭐 탐책 그 워크 워이 직시시에다 따따르가 신은 상스가 마셔봐. 간을고 대 참마가 상록던 거.
Yeah, in my point of view, there's no contradiction really between spiritual and worldly development. And the reason is because I'm hopeful that this is definitely true. And it's because, as the great Je Tsongkhapa said, if one has a noble outlook, then one's path of life will be successful. If one has an ignoble outlook, then one's path of life will be unsuccessful. And likewise, great masters such as Jigme Lingpa remind us that everything is dependent upon our mental attitude and that we shouldn't follow the reflection of external phenomena in terms of what seems to be positive and negative, that we should internalize and check our mind because it is the mind that creates that which is positive or negative. And so it is pointing out how we have to always examine our own mental motivation. And it's not really the case whereby happiness or suffering are going to come about just naturally as a matter of course, that this is something that our own mind is producing continuously. And so the cause for happiness is to have a positive, noble outlook, a good motivation. And there will be happiness in this and future lifetimes. Does that contradict worldly life? No, that's the truth across the board. That may be a spiritual statement, but it is applicable to ordinary worldly life. There's no contradiction whatsoever. So if we look at great tulkus and masters who have reincarnated in the world, and also great scholars, those people, male and female, that we want to emulate, that we respect tremendously, they are able to not only benefit themselves by having completely refined their personal motivation, but through that they're able to benefit others. Now, benefiting others means in worldly life, right? That's not just only your own spiritual inner meditation or realization. That's how you affect the world and how you bring that out into society, and how it is able to be something that has an effect on others. That is what is meant by not being contradictory. Although some may think that spiritual development is something other than worldly development, in truth it really is not. Unless you take an example such as Jetson Milarepa, who really went for the ultimate goal in this very lifetime, and so he needed to forsake all of the worldliness and all of the ordinary life and just only practice as an ascetic in the mountains to attain realization and to undergo the hardships that he went through. But aside from that, generally most of us will definitely be in worldly daily life and will be bringing what we learn spiritually to our experience. How could it be any other way? And if you read the life stories of great masters, you will find that that's very much the case. In terms of your second question about the decline of the young Tibetan people in terms of language and literature and development, yes, this is true that this is declining. And it's also true that language and literature is declining in China and in other cultures throughout the world. So it's not just only the young Tibetans who are experiencing this. From east to west, we see this occurring in China. We see this occurring in other countries. And so What will happen beyond that, it's hard to know, but it means that each individual should be responsible for upholding their own tradition, their own culture, learning their language, and learning the literature, learning how to read it and how to understand it. And also to learn the important languages that are being used in the world. Unlike me, when I come to the West and I can't speak the language, then I'm handicapped. And so one should know how to understand the predominant world languages and how to read them. I find when I come to America, it's really shocking to encounter the American students who are speaking almost fluent Tibetan and reading the literature very fluently. And I'm really impressed by that, and I think that it's a great example for young Tibetan people that they should do the same.